Hey there, YouTubers. Eric here. I'm in the greenhouse today. We have a rare sunny day out here in Seattle, and still pretty chilly out here, but because of this greenhouse, it is probably 60 degrees outside. I'm sorry, about 50, and we're up to a little over 70 degrees in here. So this little greenhouse has been great. It's just a Harbor Freight 10 by 12. I was a little skeptical about it when I first got it, but cause it's just aluminum framing and plastic panels, but it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to put together, but it's been great. This is my third season with it, and I love it. So kind of what I wanted to show you is I'm doing some hydroponic lettuce here, as well as this box that I filled with dirt and put in. And all this lettuce I started at the same time, and this arugula. I actually started it back before Christmas. So it's grown real slow, but it actually grew through the winter here in the dark, dreary days of Seattle. So if it'll grow here, it should grow anywhere. But I've also been picking off of this lettuce since January probably, and it's just my wife and I, but I just pick a few leaves off every day for dinner, or for our salads for dinner, and it's been great. And this is a Grand Rapids lettuce, and I really like it. It's nice and leafy and real tender, and it's delicious. So I've just been kind of experimenting with that, and even with the temperatures getting up to 70 during the day, the soil temperature still is, as you can see, not even 50 degrees. But this lettuce is growing just fine. So what I'm going to do today is fill these last couple of tubes, and I just made these hydroponic tubes out of some 4-inch PVC pipe, and you just get a hole saw. This is a 2 3/4-inch hole saw, and cut these holes. You can put them, space them apart as far as you want, or as close together as you want. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube about how to do that. And order these little hydroponic baskets. There's several of those options on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. So I'm gonna go mix up some nutrient, and I won't bore you with the details of that. I'm using the Master Blend formula. But I will give you the ratios that I'm using. So I'll go do that, and I'll meet you back out here. Hi guys, I'm back. I got my nutrient solution mixed up, and like I said, I'm using the Master Blend nutrients. You can get that on Amazon, and I'm mixing it for the recommended dosage for lettuce, which is 2 grams of the Master Blend itself, 1 gram of Epsom salts, and 2 grams of calcium nitrate. And you want to mix those separately and add them together in that order. So do your Master Blend first, then do your Epsom salt, and then your calcium nitrate, and scale that up to however much you're going to be making. But it's 2 grams of the Master Blend and the calcium nitrate to 1 gram of Epsom salts. And so I went ahead and I made 3 gallons. And it's been sitting there for a little bit, so it's good and dissolved. And so what I'm going to do is just take one of the hydroponic baskets, put it in one of the tubes here, or one of the holes in the tube, and then just put my water in. And I'm just going to fill it up until the water's right to the level, right to the bottom of that basket. That way the roots can reach down into the water, but they won't be getting drowned out. So that's just about touching right there. And then I've got this little pot of these seedlings I started. I started these on a couple weeks ago. So they've been growing in here for a couple weeks. And this is about the right size. You want them to have a good enough root on them so it'll fit down through the basket and into the solution. So I'm just going to loosen this up a bit, and then just take the whole bit out and shake off as much dirt as you can. It usually comes apart in a couple of clumps. And I'm just going to Go ahead and dump that in a little tub of water I have here. So then you're just going to pull them out one by one. Kind of dunk it in the water and get as much of this dirt and rocks or bark or whatever off the roots. You can never get it all off, but as much as you can without damaging the roots. And some of these cups have real small holes in the bottom when you get them. So what I've done is I just go ahead and cut out a little bit more out of the center, so it makes it a lot easier to get the plant through. So you just want to put it in, put it down through till it gets basically to the base of the roots. And then I've got these clay pebbles. Get those in a bag like that. Amazon again. And you just want to hold the seedling up at the level you want it there. So the roots are, goes from the stem to the roots is right at the bottom of the cup. And then just kind of gently fill those up just enough to support the plant. And that's it. I do that and I stick that in there. And I'm going to do that and fill the rest of this tube up, and then I'll check back in when I get that done. Okay guys, I'm back. Got all the seedlings in their little cups here and in place in the tube, and I just double check the level of the solution. As long as you pull it up, and you can see how long the roots are already, so they're definitely down into the solution. So we'll just watch these. I'll make a note of the date, and we'll take another close-up of them, and I'll check back with you probably weekly, and we'll see how these grow. I've got a bunch of seedlings left here from that little pot, and I'll stick those in the ground, and we'll see how those do. I'll probably just put those outside. It's still pretty cool, so I imagine they'll grow slowly, but we'll see what happens. And then I've also got, for upcoming videos, some tomato and pepper seedlings. I've started those in the house where it stays 70 degrees pretty constantly, because it's still getting in the 30s here at night. So I'll be putting those out here maybe in a couple weeks, probably in a bigger pot in dirt at first. And then for those I do 5-gallon buckets, and then just I pop a hole, either one hole or sometimes I do 3, with the same hole saw, and use a 5-gallon bucket for tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers. Cucumbers really do well in the hydroponic. I barely even grow them outside anymore. But yeah, I'll check back with you weekly, and we'll get into summer. Summer's coming eventually. It's a slow time to get there here where we are. It's a long, drawn out process, but eventually it'll warm up. So till then, if you like this, make sure and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.